Big hit by Lucen Lawless to knock the Black Jammer out of bounds. See number 88, White, Lucen Lawless skating around the outside. She's heading over to the penalty box. Each penalty, 1 minute.
And at the end of that jam, Edith Paff is making her way to the sin bin for the Rotten Apples.
And for the Disciples, number 1859, Little Missy Missile.
And we're going to have Barbarian at the line for the Rotten Apples.
There's Missy Missile from Fredericton out in front. She's lead jam on this one. Great job by General Malaise and Emma May to keep Black's Jammer stuck in the pack. 4 points right there for the Disciples.
Ooh, big hit there by Poison Envy on Barbarian.
Poison Envy from St. John dumping Munkin's Barbarian out of bounds there. Letting Little Missy Missile get to the pack. 4 more points for White.
And Barbarian finds a hole through the middle. Oh, she's called for cutting. She is going to the box.
All right, so Black's Jammer over to the penalty box, giving White a power jam. Now again, if you're kind of new to Derby and you're not sure what to cheer for, anytime that Jammer gets to the pack and picks up some points, that's a good time to cheer. White, the only team that can score any points right now, as the Rotten Apples Jammers in the penalty box. That's 5 points for the Disciples, 1 for each blocker she passes on the track, an extra point for the Jammer sitting in the penalty box. And just like to ask you to make sure you know which way the emergency exit is in case you need it. So take a look right now, the exit you came in. You can also take a look for the other exit signs. And don't forget there's beer and liquor sales over at the back here, underneath the bingo parlor sign.
And Foxy Velocity is the only jammer on track, so she is your lead jammer.
So Rotten Apples have their jammer back out on the track. And Lucen Lawless heading over for another penalty.
We got Snipers at the line for the Rotten Apples.
along with number 45, Burn and Rubber.
Both jammers are members of the Muddy River League, so this is something we don't see very often.
And Burn and Rubber out front to grab lead jam. See the referee with the raised arm to indicate that.
And Burn and Rubber's gonna hit it with it.
There's also 50-50 ticket sales tonight. 50-50 that will draw later in the evening. So in white, Little Missy Missile from Fredericton up against number 8, Smashed Potatoes from PEI. Disciples jump out front, lead jam yet again.
And we got a track cutting call on Smashed Potatoes. She's going to the bin. That means we got a power jam.
Luce and Lawless doing a great job for Missy. Their teammates out of Fredericton, helping to clear the track to let her pass through. 5 points. 1 for each on the track, 1 for the jammer in the box. Five more points, Disciples.
With under 21 minutes in the first period, we've got a score of the Disciples 63, Rotten Apples 16. And we're showing the official timeout.
To thank our sponsors for the evening. We have Swifties 15-minute oil change, Dolan's Pub, where you can find the after party tonight, downtown Fredericton, Pretty Little Freak Boutique, Sue Lawrence Hair Spa and Gallery, Roy Crawford Photography.
Roy is here somewhere tonight shooting. Oh, he's in the orange shirt.
Likely.
Down by the scoreboard. Roy's been a great assistant to the Capital City Rollers and a lot of other teams in the leagues this season.
Also, Neon Skates out of Montreal, Quebec. Savages Bicycle Center. Bruised Boutique. And Turn2Skateshop.com. Thank you, sponsors. We've got Foxy Velocity on the jam line, starting in a power jam for the white team. Looks like they're going to give her 7 feet, creating a no-pack situation.
She had a good running start there to break through, and being the only jammer out there, she easily picks up lead jam status.
Nice bridging work by the Disciples on Smashed Potatoes re-entrance.
Barbarian dumps Fox Velocity outside.
And we got Knocker Walker in the sin bin. I did not catch that penalty. Did anybody catch the penalty?
Nice work by Foxy. Started to lose her balance. They knocked out of bounds and taps her hips to call off the jam.
Jamming for the white team, Burnin' Rubber, number 45. Black team, number 300, Hammer Slammer.
Ooh, Hammer Slammer gets tripped up on Penetrator.
Burnin' Rubber. It's a penalty.
That's going to give Hammer Slammer a power jam. Rotten Apples looking to close that distance between them and the Disciples.
Clockwise block for number 42, Black. They're not allowed to block in the opposite way of the track.
And Hammer Slammer gets another 5 points. Closes the gap to within 40.
It's a great jam right now for the Rotten Apples, picking up quite a few points to close the gap. 70-35 right now. And with Burnin' Rubber back out on the track, power jam's over.
And Hammer Slammer is sent to the box for a track cut.
That's a really smart play. Kind of took a little bow there. Josie, can you explain the track cut penalty a little bit?
Yeah, that was some jammer on jammer action, which is always exciting to see. So Burnin' Rubber hit Hammer to the inside of the track, and then Hammer went back onto the track.
And you need to come back in behind the player that knocked you out of bounds.
Yes, you do.
And if you don't, track cut penalty. Another timeout. Don't forget, take a look for the 50-50 draw. Also, if you'd like to be up on the Capital City Rollers Facebook page, take a look for the large frame that's walking around. Someone with a pink wig has it over by the doors. So feel free to pose for a photo. We'll snap your pic and get it up on the Facebook page.
Starting in a panel power jam, we have Foxy Velocity for Team White.
So it looks like the white players are hanging back right now, not helping the teammate, just trying to make a no-pack situation. And then the Blacks players would have to not make any contact with the white jammer. A fantastic job by number 42, General Malaise, to skate out front and hem in the Rotten Apples blockers. Foxy scoots through to pick up 5 points. You can see Hammer Slammer, the black jammer, has to come into the very back behind all the white team players, behind the Disciples.
And now we have a power jam for the black team. Hammer Slammer gets 1 minute to get as many points as she can.
Besides being down a jammer, the Disciples are also down blocker General Mallet.
There's 1 point for each player passed out there. But you also pick up points for players in the penalty box. 5 more points for the Rotten Apples.
And Hammer Slammer's gonna